chapels, inauguration speeches, and Christmas music. Well, these are some of the things that we are putting to the survey on this week's show. Good Sunday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants, the Survey Edition. We're going to put 3 questions to the test. We're going to put 3 items out there that people want changed, or think is wrong, and these things were put to survey. We will finally find out, are these people right or are these people wrong? Is this really what everybody wants? Because they are convinced they are in the majority. So let's get into today's show. First up today, we are going to talk about chapels on board cruise ships. Now, they are definitely becoming a thing of the past. Newer cruise ships, they're not building them with chapels on them. But there are still some ships out there that do have them. But one interesting fact, one thing in common I have noticed between all of the chapels I've ever seen, since I do ship tours, I usually go find the chapel, make sure I include it in the ship tour if the ship has one. But they've all had one thing in common, and that's they're almost always empty. There's nobody in there. There's nobody using them. But there is somebody out there that's convinced that that is the wrong way to go. I am shocked that Carnival Cruise Line has taken away the chapel from their ships. You have taken away time spent with God and replaced it with games in the arcade. Every new ship you are building now should have a chapel. Well, that's an interesting question. Should every new cruise ship have a chapel? In the world of very limited real estate that is a cruise ship, is a chapel a proper use of that space? And by taking them off of cruise ships, are cruise lines taking away time with God? Now, I'm not messing with anybody's religion, not messing with anybody's faith, but I do want to ask, are you closer to God inside a room, inside a ship, in a chapel, or versus, say, sunrise on the open deck of a cruise ship, watching the majestic sunrise come up? I mean, really, which one would probably bring you closer to your creator? Now, of course, that's just my personal opinion, and it may not be shared by everybody. That's okay. That's the beauty of religious differences. That's the beauty of religious tolerance. But of course, we have a survey. It was put to the people. Should every new cruise ship have a chapel on it? Let's find out that answer. 15,387 people voted, with the majority saying, I do not believe that new ships should have a chapel on board. But there was a percentage that says, I am shocked that Carnival Cruise Lines has taken away the chapel from their ships, and believe that every new ship should have a chapel. Well, I do have to definitely go with the majority on this one. Where do you guys fall? Should they have chapels? Should they not have chapels? If you need a moment with God, you need to stop. You need to pray. You need to reflect on what is going on in your life. Can you not do that in your cruise cabin? Does there have to be a designated space just for that? Can you not stand at the railing of your cruise ship, look over the majestic ocean, close your eyes, and take a moment to pray? And while there is a time and a place for everything, sorry, I don't think the time and the place for a chapel is on a newly built cruise ship. Why do some people out there think that if they ask the same question over and over and over again, they are going to get a different answer? The question's been asked. The answer was no. Nothing's going to change. Yet here we are asking the same question again, and again. And what is the question, you might ask? Well, it's our old favorite question of why what I want to watch is not being shown on the big screen. Obviously, this is something that everybody wants to see. They demand it. They require it. It's just something that has to be there. And time after time after time, they're wrong. So let's find out. Are they wrong again? I request to show the presidential inauguration on the big screen. All right, so they wanted to see presidential debates on the big screen. They got told no. They wanted to see election news on the big screen. They got told no. Well, you're going to show us election night on the big screen. Well, guess what? They were told no. So now they want the inauguration up on the big screen. And once again, the cruise lines have come out and said no, but that doesn't stop them from asking the question. And you'd think as many times as they've asked, they would get it through their head. But let's see what the people said again. 21,304 votes, with the vast majority saying again, I would not want this to be played on the big screen or in any lounge on board the ship. With just a small majority that came from the comment that said, new to this page, not to Carnival, considering a cruise where we'll be at sea on Monday, January the 20th of 2025, Inauguration Day. Wondering whether our ship Jubilee will televise it on the jumbo screen. You should, and this could be a deal breaker. So this could be a deal breaker for the person that really wants this up on the screen. If you don't show what I want on the big screen, I'm not going to cruise on your big boat. Well, I guess you won't be cruising, will you? Because they already said no. It is not going to be shown anywhere on the ship. It is not going to be played. It is not going to be displayed. People got to get it through their heads. Politics is decisive. Disagreements about politics can get out of hand. We don't need that on cruise ships. And as we've said many times at this particular point, if you want to see it, you get the internet package, you watch it on your personal device, and stop thinking that everybody else wants to see it and it has to be up on the big screen for everybody. You'd think by now they would learn. And finally, another one that continues to come up year after year after year, and it's already come up a couple of times this year so far, and that is Christmas on cruise ships. Now, I understand not everybody celebrates Christmas. That's not an issue, and that's not a problem whatsoever. But here's some facts. Cruise ships are going to be decorated for Christmas in the month of December. There is going to be holiday decorations. There is going to be holiday music. They are going to do holiday themed things on board the cruise ship. And if you don't like it, if you don't want to see it, hear it, or be a part of it, or have it around you, don't cruise in December. Said that so many times, but it doesn't stop them. It doesn't stop them at all, because now they're asking for Christmas music should be banned. So no Christmas music whatsoever. They don't like it. They don't want to hear it. They apparently don't want to stay home. But because they don't like it, nobody likes it, and it shouldn't be allowed at all, right? And of course, everybody's going to agree with them, because it's not like we've asked this before and they've been shot down time after time after time. But here we are again. 22,402 votes, with the very mass majority of people saying, I like hearing Christmas music on the ship, with a small percentage that says not everybody celebrates Christmas, so why do your ships have Christmas music already? A question I believe we've already answered, that in the month of December, cruise ships will be decorated for the holidays and will be all about the holidays. So for those that don't like it, those that don't want it, those that don't want to see it, you got to get it through your head, okay? The majority of people who book cruises in December are booking them because they are Christmas cruises. They're holiday cruises. So the cruise lines are not going to ban Christmas music, Christmas decorations, or stop celebrating something that people book for. So for goodness sake, look, get over it. Either don't cruise during December or stop asking them to change just because you don't like it. And that's going to be our survey edition for this week. What do you guys think? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Do we need chapels on cruise ships? Should we be putting anything and everything up on the jumbo screen just because a couple of people want it there? And should we just say, screw it, and no cruise ships will celebrate any holidays ever again? Is that the way that people really want to cruise? I would say that the bookings on cruise ships say something different. The surveys we just read say something different. But you guys let me know in the comments below, where do you fall on these particular subjects? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day and a really great weekend. And like always, We will see you out on the high seas.